Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A bodybuilder accused of using a flagpole to beat a police officer during the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. How the feds used his Instagram to arrest him here in Michigan.
We're going to begin with a Macomb County man sentenced to prison for terrorizing a black family in his neighborhood. Glad you're with us tonight at 11. Off the top, he later told a judge he targeted that home last September because of the family's Black Lives Matter signs.
He was sentenced 4 to 10 years for the hate crimes. Jason Colthorpe is live tonight. Jason, you spoke to that family and they say the neighborhood has really united around this.
It really did. I mean, you remember back then, everybody still felt pretty isolated. And in this neighborhood, the Hall family in particular, after having been terrorized, people started showing their support, coming out, saying positive things to them, and they were even able to start making peace with the family of the 25-year-old who's now going to prison.
Yeah, it's just the small things.
Small things like their power, which just came back on today, and sunlight, which they can finally enjoy again.
We had the cardboard up there. It was like night all the time.
Yeah.
Eddie and Candace Hall's double-paned front window took 3 months to replace after one of their neighbors threw a rock through it. Michael Frederick Jr. also slashed their tires, spray-painted a swastika on their truck, and fired shots at their house, all because he didn't like their Black Lives Matter sign. Frederick was sentenced Monday to 4 to 10 years in prison.
We were ready for closure, just to kind of, just leave that part of our life behind us.
I wouldn't say a closure because you're going to always remember, but it was almost like another chapter in life. We're going to move on to the next thing.
Frederick apologized, and the Halls believe it to be honest.
Really, the good came out of this because it really opened up the neighborhood. The people came out of their houses. We saw more good than evil.
Yeah.
And they hope Frederick starts to see more good as well.
And I'm not angry. I'm not. We're not angry. We forgive him. If he finds Christ, then this was all worth it. Yeah. If he changes his life around, then this was all worth it.
And another touching moment that happened in court, there was a moment when Frederick's mother reached out and touched Candace's hand, just another sign of unity there and healing there. And the way Eddie put it to me tonight, nobody wins in all of this. Their family loses their son for a few years, and they still have to try and turn the page into a new chapter for their family after those initial days of just being terrified and then the following months of trying to cope with what happened. Reporting live tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Indeed. Okay, Jason, thanks.
One of the FBI's most wanted from the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol has been arrested and arraigned here in Michigan. And it was his prolific social media presence as well as his modeling for romance novel covers that helped ID him. Mara McDonald live downtown tonight. Mara, he's already faced a judge in federal court in Grand Rapids.
Devin, that's right. His name is Logan Barnhart. He's from Hazlet, Michigan. He actually was a former football star at Hazlet High, but the FBI says he's responsible for dragging a police officer down the steps of the U.S. Capitol on January.
I want to show you guys one of my favorite bicep workouts.
This is Logan Barnhart from one of the YouTube videos bearing his name.
Great for your biceps, great for your forearms.
Barnhart identifies himself as a physique competitor, although according to his other social media profiles, his day job is a pipe fitter. These videos and pictures of him in various poses littered his Instagram profile until he just recently made it private. It was all those pictures and videos, including 3 romance novel covers he's modeled for, that helped the FBI and an online group called Sedition Hunters identify him. These are the stills the FBI put out that they now say is the 40-year-old Barnhart. According to his social media, he was at the Capitol on January 6th. According to the federal indictment against him, he's charged with 6 counts, including assaulting or impeding an officer, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted area, and engaging in physical violence in a restricted area. Back here live, Barnhart was arrested and arraigned in federal court today. And tonight, the Lansing State Journal is reporting they went through their archives and found that Barnhart was arrested in 1999 for inciting a riot at MSU, a charge that he ultimately ended up pleading down to and spending 45 days in jail. We are live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. Other news tonight, a former Detroit Lions player goes before a judge on drunk driving charges after a crash that left 2 people hurt.
24-year-old Alexander Brown is charged with felony DUI. Crash happened Sunday on I-75 near downtown, hours after the Lions' first preseason game. State police say Brown was driving the wrong way when he hit another driver. Prosecutors say he had a blood alcohol content of .211 and thought he was in Atlanta. A teammate in the car with him was injured. Dan Campbell says he addressed it with the team.
We talked about this yesterday morning as a team. It was an awful incident and awful accident. We're lucky nobody died, is what we are.
Yeah. Well, the Lions released Brown after that crash. Brown was given a $50,000 bond.
Tomorrow, we'll be watching for health officials as we expect they are going to recommend booster shots for all Americans.
The Biden administration is expected to advise Americans get a 3rd shot 8 months after their 2nd shot in order to get more protection against the Delta variant. White House is also extending a mask mandate for planes, trains, and buses through January 18th. Meanwhile, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has tested positive for COVID-19. He's vaccinated and doesn't have any symptoms. Abbott has resisted calls for COVID restrictions as cases soar in his state. Meanwhile, closer to home today at the TCF Center, people with weakened immune systems were the first to get their booster shot.
I feel like that I'm not going to catch nothing. That's the way I feel, you know. I might go a little closer to people now than I usually been doing.
A full list of who is eligible for the 3rd dose is posted on our website, clickondetroit.com. The TCF Center is also taking appointments for anyone who needs their 1st or 2nd dose of the vaccine.
Police across Metro Detroit are looking for a man accused of murder in Farmington Hills. Officers are trying to find 43-year-old Kevin Moore. Police say he shot and killed 40-year-old DeJuan White Friday morning at a home near Drake and 12 Mile. White was lifelong friends with Moore, and White told police Moore had shot him just before White died from his injuries. U.S. Marshals had this message for Moore today.
You're going to get caught. You could come in and surrender, or we're going to have to find you. Whether it's in-state, out of country, we're going to pursue you till we locate you. So the best thing you could do is to come and surrender.
Moore is considered armed and dangerous, but if you know where he might be, call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-SPEAK-UP, and you will remain anonymous.
Tonight, police are sharing this video as they search for suspects in a deadly bar shooting in southwest Detroit. Police are looking for a dark-colored SUV after the shooting at 4 a.m. Monday at Red's Park-In Bar. The bar was still open at the time. 23-year-old man was killed and 3 others, including an 18-year-old, were shot. Police have shut down the bar while they investigate.
We're looking for responsible business ownership. We are not kidding around with this. We're going to require that these businesses do their part to keep our community safe. They should not have been open at 4 a.m. and certainly they should not have had an 18-year-old at this location when they're serving liquor.
Chief White says officers have been called to that bar more than 40 times since 2016. Detroit police plan to suspend the bar's liquor license.
State legislators voting to let one-time DUI offenders clear their record. This bill would impact an estimated 200,000 Michiganders. It would allow them to set aside their conviction. But to be eligible, offenders can have only one DUI conviction, and it could not have caused another person's injury or death. This bill now on Governor Whitmer's desk. She previously vetoed a similar version of the bill back in January. We'll see what she does this time around.
Tonight, Tigers broadcaster Jack Morris is apologizing for a controversial moment during tonight's game.
Morris appeared to mock an Asian accent when talking about Angels star player Shohei Ohtani. He later apologized during the broadcast.
I sincerely apologize if I offended anybody, especially anybody in the Asian community, for what I said about pitching and being careful to Shohei Ohtani. I did not intend for any offensive thing, and I apologize if I did.
Fans quickly took to Twitter, some calling for his firing. The Tigers, neither the Tigers nor Bally Sports have made a statement.
Still ahead, new information tonight about a horrific accident at Cedar Point.
Awful. We told you about it last night. The video, though, coming up showing the moments after a woman was hit by a piece of metal while waiting in line for a roller coaster. Here's Andrew.
And Kimberly and Devin, we have pleasant conditions right now, 73 degrees, but that dew point's up there at 65 degrees. More than noticeable, it is getting downright muggy right now on the scale. So what does that mean as we go into tomorrow, especially the afternoon? We'll talk more about that in your week's forecast in minutes.
All right, Andrew, but coming up first, the Taliban makes a promise to the U.S. as the evacuation effort ramps up in Kabul. That is next.